the years. We've got guys that are coming in here who have, wrestled whole careers already as young kids.
Right.
And, Clark is an Ohio State junior high champion, I think, a couple times, plus a cadet champion and a whole bunch of other things as well. Remarkable young athlete, and be interesting to see how he does. I've got to run down here in a minute because we're going to be miking up Scott. Oh, there he is. I'm going to go down. I've got to go down and put a mic on. Hang on. Right. Greg's got you for the match.
I'll take care of it, Dave. Now, how about this? We have Dave does everything. Not only does he announce, he takes the microphones around to get the coaches wired up. Jack of all trades. Here we go to start. I'd like to say that White and Clark are in the black singlet, which is true. The one with the big P on his back, that stands for Massillon Perry. Sam White, the sophomore. As Dave said, these are not what you would call underclassmen. The amount of matches they've wrestled in the last 4 years is in the hundreds. Experience. I wouldn't be surprised, even though they came out of separate districts, be certain that they've wrestled in the past. Perry's now sitting in third place on the team score. And obviously Ed's first with Moeller in between the two of them. Sam White, coached by Dave Riggs. Jamie Clark by
Coach Riggs is a wonderful man. He puts the big P for Perry on the back of his uniform.
Greg Urbis, Lakewood St. Ed's coach, although not in the chair.
He isn't. He wants to hide them, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to hide those guys.
John Heffernan in the chair.
You know what happens sometimes in these championship bouts, Greg? We talked about it before. The guys are so concerned about not losing that sometimes they clam up a little bit and they don't really let it fly. There's a warning for stalling already.
Well, at this point they've wrestled each other before. They all try to feel each other out. There's Clark in a little bit on the leg. White counters. White's kind of controlling the head a little more. Not really getting the front headlock, but he does have more pressure.
The coaches become a little agitated as the guys as these matches go on because they want them to really let it go, and they all kind of hold it in. You'll hear cheering and stuff in the background that doesn't seem to fit with what you're seeing on the screen. And again, we have to remind you, we've got 3 matches going simultaneously, and so that will explain what you're hearing in the background.
Well, that's the end of the first period.
Nothing.
Kind of as we expected. And this is critical. White took down. He's got to get his escape. I don't think either wrestler will be able to hold the other. Clark drops down on the leg. There's escape. Gives it up.
1-0
So Sam White winning 1-0.
Yeah.
Kind of ignore the Johansson versus Johansson score on there. We'll get the right names back up in a second.
Sam White got out of here. His first match of the tournament was against Jacob Carell of Moeller, and he got past Jake with a major decision. The next match, he had a pin in 3:02, and in the semifinals, he came out with a major decision, 11-2.
Well, these two are wrestling, as Dave said. On the other mat, the St. Paris Graham sophomore wrestler won his second state title. Tech the guy out 17-1 in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Graham is running away with the Division II title.
And probably one of the few teams in the state that can wrestle with St. Ed's. And for those of you who aren't familiar, St. Paris Graham is a public school. And sometimes people get confused on that. Jamie Clark got here by way of a pin in 2:31 in his first match against Nick McSorley of Edgewood. His next match, he squeaked out with a 3-2 victory. He got past Danny Four of Wadsworth with a major decision in the semifinals, and that brings these guys here. Both of them have pins. Both of them have major decisions, and they are two for real wrestlers. And
Clark's in on the single, almost a double, and didn't finish it. White scrambled out of it. Boy, very close, very close.
That's what happens so much here, is that nobody ever gives up anything easy. You gotta when you're going to get a takedown, you got to really get the takedown. You got to stick them to the mat and finish right away, because everybody is so adept at scrambling and getting free. End of the second period. We got a 1-1
match. That's
And
a real advantage to Eds, because
bit of a, I don't know whether he's got a split lip. It's hard to imagine the freshmen coming in here, and yet we've got freshmen in the upper weights wrestling on a consistent basis now. The level of competition the freshmen are bringing to us has really, really, really soared in the last 8 or 9 years.